Hope you all got your guns blazing today. Those who are here on Tuesday, I gave you a bit of a hint of what we will be talking about today. So I hope you brought your A game. Dev SA Guru, we see you. Heights and flights this site, mate. Can't complain. That's very good, man. Let's do exactly that. Things have changed here. Things indeed have changed, so it would be a problem if you came back and nothing has changed, hey? So yeah, we definitely are doing a few things differently. But we're still the same people, still doing great things. You know, we are here. Kindly share the live. Let the regulars know we're here. Maslili. Is it Maslili or Maslili? Which one is it? Hello, Bella. Mabucha. Declare. We see you guys. How are you this morning? Julia, I see you. How you guys doing this wonderful day? Do you guys already have your plans for the weekend ready and locked? Is it gonna be an eventful one? Philly M, I see you. Is it gonna be an eventful weekend? What's good? Selfie, I see you, ma'am. What are your plans for the weekend, guys? Indoors, outdoors, Bongin Kosimak, we see you. What's not happening? I nearly forgot to do not disturb, mute notifications, and we are locked and ready. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Russell and Tambu. Just gonna give you out just a few minutes and we get started with it. Today, we're gonna try and not waste time, and we're gonna just get on with it. We're just gonna get on with it. But I hope you all are good. Let me just do a few introductions. My name is KG, and indeed we are Makaya Down. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10, and we have wonderful conversations that hope to build the nation into what we would like to see in the future, and we try and live that now. And by having wonderful conversations that build, that encourage, that we can learn from. And we also post these lives on our YouTube channel, same name, Magoya Rundown, and you will find a library of good information there, jokes, fun moments, difficult moments, moments where we are crying, moments where we are fighting with each other, moments where we make up, moments where we continue and do this life thing together. So kindly do check those out. And yeah, man, follow us, do the heart and don'ts, do the relevant things, the social media. Tap the screen, like. The more likes you get, the more people get to see the live, to join us in wonderful conversations, because we want just to hear as many perspectives as we can about the topics that we talk about. And yeah, man, I just want to post the topic of the day already without wasting any time, so that when we get into it, we are ready to shoot. Okay, topic of the day. Here we are. We're doing our social responsibility this month. We are dedicating most of our topics towards women. We would like to hear women's perspectives, and some topics like today, I will allow men to come in, but the perspective that I would like men to look at, and maybe perhaps this one will be to my advantage, because I I still struggle to this day to figure out how women see themselves. Oh, Rosette! Been a while, mama. I try and figure out how women see themselves, and I can only speak from my experience of the women that I've come across in this life. And if ever there was a conversation, a hint of anything that has to do with their body, there's always a lot of things that get said, and also just how the women that I have come across see themselves when it comes to their own bodies. And for me, it's a lot. It's a lot to try and take in. I struggle a bit. Sometimes you never know what to say or what not to say when it comes to a woman's body. Even when you are asked to give an opinion, you don't know how it will end. It might just end in tears, you know. But for me, it is just to learn how women experience this body shaming. And I guess it starts with the body itself. Before we get to shaming, starts with the body itself. Some have different perspectives. It is perhaps people body shame from the point of their own insecurities. People body shame because they've been conditioned to. People body shame because they just want to body shame, and they are just, I don't know what type of humans, so, but it starts with the body itself. It starts with who we are, how we see ourselves, and how other people see us. Is it how other people see us, or how we would like other people to see us? There's just so many branches to this one. So today I just want to hear what your guys' point of view is as women. And perhaps men might have questions so that they can better understand this subject of the body, so that is what I would like to speak about today. Take it in any angle, take it however you understand it. Let's talk about it. If it's not within the bounds of what we want to talk about, we will help each other to navigate the conversation. But nonetheless, let's have it. So I invite everyone to come to the panel, and more especially, I would like to hear from the women. Let me hear your perspective of this particular topic, your concerns, your advice, education. Let's hear what you've got to say. Sis Mums, good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Sekgothudi.
How are you, Mama?
Right, Dad, and right. I hope you're good too.
I am just a bit tired. Had a long drive yesterday, but I'm good.
We thank God that you're good. I hope you are still safe on this app, because married people are not safe. I'm just saying, hope you're still safe.
Still safe, Mama.
Anyway,
Still safe.
let me greet everybody on this platform. I hope you are all doing good. I hope you are paying your bills as usual. I hope you're not wearing fake clothes, because the streets will tire you. I hope you are paying bills, you are taking care of your kids. I hope you are acting right as human beings, because if I don't address you, you guys think that I don't see the things you are doing. I hope you are acting right, especially parents. I hope you are acting right. Mina, that is I think the body is a big problem. I don't know. I remember there was a point in time we discussed something. I don't know where Subs is.
She's
Women's
here
bodies,
actually.
you know. Yeah, because so women's bodies, men, their bodies go through changes in regards maybe to diet, environment, and stuff. Tina, in most cases, as I think as we add years into our lives, the body changes. Very few women will remain close to what they looked like before. Some women come with different body types and then they change over time. But those struggles are so huge because first things first, no matter the day, we'd like to look a bit better when we are dressed. Sometimes not even for people, for ourselves, nje. So Mina, when it comes to my body, I think I've sort of reached a level where I don't compromise. There are certain things I can't do, and it seems a bit selfish because that's what people tell me. But sorry, let me just change Inansik.
Not a problem, sis Noms. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone.
Sorry about that. I was just switching networks because it's a bit shaky here. So I think in we the fact that we go through those changes, sometimes you look at the sacrifice. For instance, having babies, it changes your body, and you've seen how America is teaching us now we are considering having babies via surrogacy because that's what we are seeing, because now
I can't hear you
carrying
anymore,
babies
sis
for
Noms. I don't know if it is on my
my
side
goodness,
or it was the network change on your part.
my enemies are at work.
Sis Noms. Oh, you guys can hear her. Then it means it's on my side. So sorry. Continue speaking, sis Noms.
Oh, okay. So now you see, now we want to have kids. We love having kids, but now you sort of think of the struggle you've got to go through. Like me, now my personal experience, I can't speak for most, but my personal experience, pregnancy is no longer for me. I don't think I can ever sacrifice for any relationship or be okay for pregnant. When I speak pregnancy, I'll never speak to a boyfriend about pregnancy. Let me be clear. There's no partnering with me where you say, I have kids with my partner. Ubusho mina. If you did not marry me, don't discuss kids with me. In any marriage, I don't think I can ever give the sacrifice of having kids, because for me personally, pregnancy has been traumatic on my body. It weighs a lot on my body. The 9 months become very long for me. So when I look at my body, sometimes I ask my body, haven't you had enough? Are you not tired? Because I'm like, no, even the diets we have to apply in order to look good, it is tiring. Let me tell you, I've got a cousin who consistently drinks lemon juice. That thing is harmful for you if you drink it every day, especially with the purpose of wanting to lose weight, because remember, you end up overdosing it. You've seen women, some have one child, I have two, but now they have changed a lot. But people will never be kind towards that. So I feel like we are not given, we don't give ourselves grace to understand umzimba, ukuthi sometimes bodies are very stubborn. You can tell a body today, and you can demand a faith from your body. The body will laugh at you. That's how painful it is. Now you have to go with a group of women. We all have to look great. Nada. The body says, I am not there. You ask it, did I not tell you when we bought this outfit that we need to look good? The body says, whatever you have said, I'm deciding today that your stomach will be. Oh, it's a struggle, that is Sekgothudi. It's really a struggle. And no one will ever believe you when you say, I am tired. I am tired because even the diets I am using now, I don't like it. But we have to look good. We have to look good, and some men don't make it easy for us, especially sometimes I get very shocked and worried when someone says, my partner said that I must look so and so, and you are still with that person. It's already a conversation of kusho ukuthi if I'm this size, really he doesn't like me. He's with me because then it's formal umshado or it's a relationship. So the world will also not be kind to us, because I've never thought that at some point I will have South African women going through liposuction. I've never thought in my life I would see this thing come into South Africa, and it's been done by women. I never thought. But it's because it is what it is. The struggle of the body is real for us, and sometimes we are not extended the grace that we require for us to deal with our bodies. For instance, I wanted 4 kids in my life. I've had 2 and I'm done. Unless there's someone out there who's going to offer me services of surrogates, because I cannot allow my body to go through such. For the 9 months, for me, when I think of it, I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not about how I look, even to carry human beings. Remember, for us, I think most women forget that the struggle is not only about the way we look. Also, we've got women who've got back pain now. Permanent back pain now, because we've had to carry people. We've had to sort of our bodies had to change to a point where they became, I don't know how to put it, women in their 30s. The struggle is real, I'm telling you. Sometimes we usually use the stairs. You see the struggle. Abantu, they prefer ama lifts because, well, no matter how healthy we want to look and feel, the struggle is real for us. What more with the giving birth to kids, caring kids, going through procedures of some sort, the C-sections that we go through. It's a lot. It's a lot, and I'm seeing a lot of young girls looking more like adults, and I'm thinking, are we going to have a generation of depressed kids because their bodies went before them? The bodies went ahead them, and by the time a child is 21, 20 in tertiary, they already look like their aunt, and then now it starts to affect the child. How does a child navigate around life looking like an elder when they feel young and their age is actually young? But the struggle now becomes real for that child, because trust me, if you see any slim woman, that woman is slim genetically. There are times when diets do not work, trust me. Where you'll sit on a diet, you will kick it and they will not work. So most slim women, I don't wanna lie, it's genetic. And also, we also have the thing of, I saw someone posting something and someone commented about the woman's weight, saying now she is bigger. She started giving these advices of, it was here on TikTok, she started giving advices in regards to diets and stuff. I was like, that's very rude. Honestly, that's very rude, because what this lady is eating, maybe I eat more, though I don't eat a lot of pap and stuff, but I know myself to be a liker of food. So if I'm gaining weight differently than her, it means it's genetic. It means my genes are maybe a bit lucky. But when you check my level of consumption of food, you can't say Umakupe eats a different diet, or Umakupe eats what you call a certain amount. If you put a full chicken in front of me and Makupe, the only difference maybe would be, I'd say, thanks for the pap. Can you give me dumpling, soft dumpling, or give me a Greek salad? But I can have a fight with I can surely have a fight with a full chicken. It's the breast meat that would give me problems, because it gets real. But so do you see? So my problem comes when our sisters are also not gracefully understanding of the changes that we go through, because sometimes you find it's not men that are harmfully commenting on how we look. It's also our sisters, and people are not considerate of how one feels, and also the struggle that goes into making sure that I look good for myself, I look good for the community, I look good for just the strangers that are passing by. Because anyway, sometimes how I reflect to strangers hugely impacts how I see myself. No matter how good I look, I will always be encouraged when a stranger says, "Oh," which is very, Lalela, that one. We don't seek validation, but there's always some level of encouragement to say I'm on the right track. So imagine if strangers keep commenting on my body and making me feel, Uguti, vele, it's quarter to, because maybe I look 23 and now I'm wearing a size 38. And that's the situation. It's the struggle of 90% of young girls, because trust me, this is not normal where your body goes ahead of time. Where a child who's 16, if you find a child who's 16 dressed in casual clothing, you think that it's an adult. Can't it's a child. It's just that they are not in school uniform. And you can't tell me that it's because they eat too much. No, you can't tell me that, because here am I, an adult who's devouring food every day, more than what other people eat. In fact, the difference is just whatever doesn't taste good to me, I don't eat. When I say I don't like that, it's not because I'm trying to watch my diet. I just don't like it. My kids don't like it. But if you give me another kind of starch, I devour.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think the issue of I was having a conversation with a couple of friends about a week or so ago, and we were talking about um so it was triggered by a video I saw here on TikTok. It's a guy sitting in the car, and he was talking about how whether we like it or not, human beings in general are superficial, and you know, based on how you look, you will be categorized however they want to categorize you. And he was reflecting, I think he said he's like 30 or 40, somewhere there, and he's chubbier, and he was saying that him reflecting, and he was saying, Kuti, sorry, if you are still young, take care of your body. Whether you like it or not, certain opportunities will come to you purely because you look a certain way. Whether you like it or not, people, even if it has nothing to do with anything, the fact that you are chubby, as someone will think you are lazy. And you ask yourself, how are those two related? So, because of that element of us being superficial, we can't avoid the issue of the body and how you look. And with what you have presented, Sis Norms, that sometimes, in most of the case, we don't have much control to say that if I eat like a normal quantity of food that a human being needs, or calories that a human being needs, we will all react differently. So there's no one size fits all in this particular instance. So and then so this was the video that triggered this now conversation with my friends, and we're talking about now one of my friends like just went cold turkey and was going into diet, cut out sugar out of his diet. It basically got to a point where he's saying, I was eating food for fuel, not for taste, not for enjoyment, just for fuel, And within a very, not too short, but a relatively short space of time, lost all the weight and all of that, and obviously started seeing the benefits of all of that. And right now, he was then saying that he has given up on, or rather, he has come to accept the common thing where people say that when you go to gym and you're all buff and all of that, you are vain. and he was like, I've stopped trying to be humble about it, but no one was there and no one said I was vain when it was painful and I had to run however number of kilometers. No one was there when I had to not eat the food that I like purely because I wanted to reach this goal and all of that. So if it is because I'm vain, let it be that I'm vain, you know. So I was like, growing up for me, I've never had a concern or looked at myself or being self-conscious of my body, because of one or two other reasons. And uh, as a result, as an adult, I don't have anything that says or look at myself in the mirror and I'm looking at my body. I'm looking to just check outfit and then I move, you know. But the older you get, you start realizing, that's a little bit of a pot belly. Oh, you know, a little bit of this and that. And you begin to wonder, is health in itself always a consistent motivator for us to either lose weight or to look a certain way that we want, you know? And yeah, so these are the conversations that are happening for 30-year-olds, and rough at this point. And you know, there's just a lot to say about that, but I just wanted to hear everyone come through. Ladies, come through. I've switched off the comments because subs uti anifuna ukutapa. So please tap the screen so that we can definitely get the likes up and all of that. So Black Mentalist put unjani?
Sanibona ninjani?
I'm alright. So how are you?
Ngiyaphila. Yazi le topic lena mfowethu ngiyayisaba, to be honest with you. Ngiyayisaba because it's one topic that always got my Facebook account flagged for a couple of times, to a point where I left Facebook. And also being here last week, my account was flagged because of this topic. And I am someone who, okay, I studied diet. I studied body anatomy.
Okay.
So much that I was also a personal trainer at some point, and also I've cured a couple of illnesses, including diabetes and blood pressure, type 2 diabetes and blood pressure, and curing these not with medication but with food. So I'm still learning also on food, because food keeps changing, and that we have certain seeds now that have changed, genetically modified food. How does it relate to the body and whatnot? You know, I'm gonna try to be as sensitive as possible with the account yami ngavala namhlanje.
Alright.
Makupe, there's nothing that is so sad as, you know, I would place this more on us as abantu abamnyama, that when it comes to identity of who we are, it even goes to the point what we eat as abantu. And we have been so accustomed to certain ways of living and eating, and we've been taught certain things to what it says enjoy. You see your friend who was talking about, they ended up fueling the body instead of just feeding the body. If I tell you now, I'm 42, I think the last time I had cravings, man, I was probably in high school. I don't crave anything. I eat as the body needs. Like it's to the point of which I would tell you when my body is lacking. It's why I would tell you when my body is lacking iron. When my ngikhule ngizijwayeze kanjalo. And ngingane ukhuliswa ugogo mina, who was eating anything and everything. However, I started taking care of umzimba when I became Buddhist, and I started being aware of certain foods. What do they do to the body? And, you know, Usis Noms said a lot of things that some I agree with, some I disagree with. There are things that we inherit. There are things that we don't inherit. There are things that we have control over. There are things that we. Oh, wait. Number one, are we talking this in terms of attracting each gender? No, we are talking just generally.
Generally,
Okay.
her point of view was coming from attracting gender. I think she was when she was speaking about the
she was
body
more
in terms of females was always about the currency in terms of attracting, you know, people, and for men it was and still is money or wealth. Yeah.
So like every time I have to talk about umzimba, I ngiba ne-anxiety because I don't want to offend people. However, also I don't want to bombard people with so much information that it makes them go, akusenandaba.
Sure.
And there are so many things that we are meant to do as humans, but not to enjoy them, neither to sort of despise them or not to like them, but we are to do them because they are to be done.
Okay.
They are a must for them to be done. However, we build, I don't know, society which is eventually psychologically we are even worse than the Gen X and the generation prior. So much that everything for us has to be enjoyed. Something has to be kumele kube khona a sense of ngiyayi-enjoy lento kumele ngiyi-enjoy, and we don't want to do things because task, because the obligation. However, they are an obligation and they have to be done that way. So imizimba yethu respond to food, and yes, like fingerprints, we all are different. We all are different. My ex-wife, when we met, she was eating anything and everything, and she was athletic. And as each year, then she started changing, and she wanted assistance to that. The first thing that I did, lento le diet, I started noticing what does she respond to and respond kanjani. And it took time. It took about 8 months ukuthi ngimbone ukuthi umzimba wakho respond kanjani towards and the hormones basically uyakwata wenzani, and then I changed the food to a point ukuthi I treated Elon to a chronic depression ebekanayo. And when she got pregnant, ama cravings wakhe were aligned with what she needs in the body. And she never got sick throughout the pregnancy. She never had a single stretch mark. She never complained about anything emzimbeni wakhe. And umuntu lona bekagula ngezinto eziningi. However, the food that was ukudla besikudla and nangendlela besikuhlela ngakhona, she ended up not feeding her cravings but fueling the body. So much that even after umntwana, she was able ukuthi umzimba wakhe akhona uku-maintain to back to that. So basically what I'm trying to say is that umzimba without ukudla awushintshi. Umzimba ushintshwa ukudla. Last week I got flagged because of a statement that I said, and it's the same statement engangisebenzisa ku Facebook. Ukuthi number 1, no one is big boned.
Okay.
We have 3 types of bodies. You have an ectomorph, an endomorph, and a mesomorph. Know how those bodies respond to food. Know ukuthi umzimba wakho. Also, that thing about the blood group also gets to help with what food can the acid in your body stand for, and what can it break down, and what can your enzyme actually absorb from the food. Secondly, lento leyo ukuthi it runs in the family. It runs in the family because the family eats the same food. Angeke ngisho ngendlela engisho ngakhona last week because ngizoflagwa futhi.
Yeah.
It runs in the family because when they say that diabetes is genetic, it's not genetically. It's because how your mother cooked, how you cooked, how your grandmother cooked. Basically, it's food for generations that goes down. If somebody just twitches something and changes something, then kuba noshintsho olukhulu. And as much as imizimba ingafani, we owe it to ourselves ukuthi sizazi ukuthi umzimba wakho usebenza kanjani, udla kanjani. And I've seen so many scientific proof on this, which as much as imizimba ingashintshi type akhona izifo ezi-genetically zilandelana, kukhona izifo ezingakho genetically. Yes, I respect ama disagreement wenu.
Yeah.
And I would love for us to go and do research, study izinto ezifana and ugxile kuyo ukuthi into efana no type 2 diabetes, izinto ezifana no hypertension, izinto ezifana I'm not sure about the heart disease. I can't remember ukuthi is it genetically. Izinto efana no cancer, they are not genetically inheritable because aziyiplug ku DNA. Zia with what we eat. So it is to us, guys, we take care of our bodies. We become aware of what we put into our bodies. We become aware of how our bodies are reacting. And also ukudla ku control our hormones. Ingane is not 13, 14 right now because of our pesticides asemzimbeni. They don't cleanse the bodies. It ends up mess up even in neuro on how the person thinks and how the person behaves. It ends up messing up hormones on how they behave and how they think. And trust me, food affects your thinking, food affects your behavior. So these are things that we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to ourselves, bhuti wami, ukuthi sizazi ukuthi yini esiyifunayo ngomzimba wethu, because we just sibona sekureacteka isikhathi siya, and then we tend to sort of block izinto ey'ningi ezingasinceda, and your tongue gets addicted, your body gets addicted to certain things. Your body gets addicted to certain things. Things like ushukela. It's more addictive than ilondoza. It's no white. So we should just be aware ngalezinto lezi. We should just learn how to take care of our bodies, how to take care of ourselves. Kuyenzeka ke kwesinye isikhathi ukuthi omunye umuntu unenkinga ye-insulin, umzimba wakhe uresponda ngokuthi akhuluphale and what not. Yebo, but those cases mancane ama-cases omuntu ukuthi makedla noma edla right, like ayitholakala into engamnceda ukuthi to combat ilontoza i-health, I mean ukungabi healthy, ukuthi umzimba wakhe ube right. Mancane amathuba lezo zinto lezo, kaningi it's things that we can control. I've had clients who would say, no, but this ngenzamile lokhu nalokhu, and then when I go deeper into understanding ukuthi impilo abayiphilayo, how they're doing things, and I change ukudla kwabo and change their lifestyle, izinto ziyashintsha. It's no longer that ukuthi into esuke ekhaya. So in closing nje, lento le kumele siyicombate kusase early, asifundiseni ingane zethu ukuthi ziyicombate kusase early. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you so much, Black Mentalist. Much appreciated. And just to, I guess, to add on a couple of things, it just reminded me of a conversation where I was talking with one of my clients, and she mentioned legumes, right? And I was like, Yazi, legumes are some things that I don't eat much. And when I looked, it is not because I have issues with legumes. It's plainly because I grew up not zingaphekwa ekhaya. So there are certain foods that will be cooked at home, and you just know them to be that. It is only when you either start working or living by yourself that you try new foods and do that. And another truth is that not all of us look at the content of what we eat. When you just pick up something from the grocery store, you don't necessarily look at the ingredients and all of these things that are in our foods and how those then affect your body. And I think that is, from how I'm understanding Black Mentalist, is that when there's certain, I don't know, let me make an example about pap. Pap, I'm not a big eater of pap, but I grew up eating pap because that's what was being cooked at home. I grew up eating rice because that's what got cooked at home. So much that it became a bit of a taboo. So my dad, when he would cook, he would just at times just cook veggies alone, and we just eat veggies and meat, or veggies alone for that matter, and it would be a taboo. And we're like, what the hell has happened? Where's the pap? Where's this? Purely because that is just not what we are used to. So to a certain degree, I do see that if there are certain things that are happening and we don't change the foods that we eat generations after generation, then those food will definitely affect us in a similar way within our bloodline, regardless of the thing. But in any case, that's just me trying to follow logic in that. Makupe, hello, Mama.
Hey everyone.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you? So
Are you triggered yet?
Sorry?
Are you triggered yet?
No, I don't know.
Meeting
My
has
ears,
you
my
said
ears
nje.
are.
Trigger warning.
No, I'm giving other people. Good, I'm saying to everyone, "Hora, when and now we are going to trigger Fontaine." So it almost makes me cringe sometimes when we're talking about body shaming and people talk about health. Because body shaming in its essence is about being stigmatized because of the way you look, being criticized because of the way you look. I look at Gokejo, who's a size 42, and I've already decided that this one is unhealthy, this one does this one does that, you know? She doesn't take care of herself, and it makes me cringe because it has nothing to do with you have no concern about my health. You have a concern about the way I look. Because if it was about my health, you would also be concerned about somebody who looks like Sabelo, who smokes, who practices unsafe sex, who does all these other unhealthy things. But because she looks a certain way, then it's okay for us to assume that she takes care of herself and her health. It's okay for us to assume that she doesn't have diabetes, she doesn't have high blood pressure, she doesn't have HIV, like she doesn't have anything. She's healthy because she looks a certain way. So let's not fool ourselves into thinking that body shaming is about being concerned about someone's health, because it has nothing to do with that. Which is why I leaned towards the direction of why we body shame in the first place. And it's because, and why it affects women more. It's because historically, even today, the way a woman looks is her currency. That's how you attract your significant other. If you've got a flat stomach, booty popping, you're beautiful, you're more likely to get a wealthy man. More like wealthier men are attracted to beautiful women, and that is also about survival, because I get remolfasing to procreate. So we are all animals, and human beings are animals, and we operate as such. It's just that we think differently to other animals. So men, bona, their currency is money. So even if ukabale mkhaba ofihlang to your ankles, but unale the billion, it's almost fine, you know. But we're reaching a point where now we are meeting each other somewhere where even men are also being body shamed, because now there are a lot of women that are making their own money and right. But essentially those are my 2 points.
All right. Thank you, Makupe and Sabelo. Sabelo. Okay,
Good morning.
How are you, man?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm alright, no
Can
complaints.
I just say, Hori, if they don't tap the screen, I'm going to close these comments. Can I just say that loud and clear, because they can clearly they're not reading. And okay, Mpo Christ must come through. Because he's the one that complained. You know what? I have to agree with Lima Coupe. Like people look at you and already decide when you are taking care of yourself, or you eating healthy or not, and all of that. And I know that I'm one of those, when people look at me, people think I take care of myself, and I don't.
And we know the truth.
I don't. But it's because of the curves and the tiny waist, and people think, and it's genes. This is exactly what I was saying to on my comment to Black Mentalist Gore. It's sometimes it's honestly not about what people eat. Guys, I can eat kota every like elke dag. this waist is not going anywhere because what my grandmother at 82, you could tell from the backside. My mom and now at 67, so it's genes. So genes do count. I mean, if we take, I'm gonna use Precious as an example. Ne? If you were to see her parents, there was no way KG Precious could have came out short and tiny, because both her parents are tall and big. And let me tell you, there was a time when Precious was eating your broccolis, on everything was boiled. But when you looked at her, you would think that she's eating unhealthy because of the way that she looks. And it honestly has nothing to do with the way that people eat. I've got a cousin that now is even motivated to, she does her own organic stuff, her flat flash, what stuff, tummy flash stuff. She needs to be constantly eating healthy and eating less and exercising for her not to get to a certain size, because if she stops, she goes to that size, because what? It's her genes. Genes do count, black mentalists, because I wouldn't have woken up with curves if go the curves and with the tiny waist. It's genes, and this is why no matter what I eat, it doesn't change the structure of my body. Yes, I will pick up weight, but trust me, if I do pick up weight, I only pick up weight at the bottom part of my body. The top part is not going anywhere. It remains tiny, So, but yeah, coming to body shaming when Sekgothudi, it is so sad also because most of it's literally woman to woman hate. It's rare to find a man, not that they don't, some I think sometimes men, it's they struggle with choosing better words that it'll come out, in a certain way. Someone will want to say, "Ish, baby, don't you want to lose a bit of weight, nyana?" But it's just the choice of words that will trigger you.
Me, I'll say, Sabelo, there's no right choice of words. Say to your wife, "Kuti baby." Ha.
Yeah, no, someone just said to me that he will be straight up and be like, "Hey, listen, you need to lose weight because now So noted, black mentalist, noted. You can put that hand down, noted. You can come through after I'm done. And I don't want to do a back and forth because I also let you speak. I honestly don't want to do a back and forth. So yeah, so most of it personally, I see it mostly on women to women. Someone posted a video yesterday here on TikTok. She always does her get ready with me, and every time she says get ready with me, she starts with her makeup. And she got tired of the comments that she was getting because people were saying, "You're hiding your freckles, got the makeup, you hiding your ugliness, you don't look the same." And she had to now come up and do an entire video explaining herself. And I'm like, why do we do this? Like, and it's literally just women that are leaving those comments, and I'm like, but why does she now have to come up and explain herself why she puts on makeup, why she, I think she said something, I think every woman says they enhancing their beauty. But my thing is, she doesn't owe anyone an explanation why does she wear makeup, but it's the same women, the same women who also wear makeup and your wigs and everything. It's so sad, man. I don't know why women hate each other so much. But it's sad. Mostly, like I said, it comes from women. And someone commented someone's tummy. And now she was showing an outfit she was wearing because she did a video just showing the top part. And someone in the comments said, "Yo, this looks like a great outfit. Can I please see the full body picture?" So she recorded now the full outfit. Yo, and someone went for her tummy. The whole video is about an outfit that someone is wearing. Why are you going for now them cover? It's sad. It's sad. I can't say I relate because I never really go through body shaming. I think I am myself's most biggest critic when it comes to my body. I see things that people don't see, but obviously it's my body, so I'm more likely to see things that people don't see. So not personally, I never really go through it like I'm saying to you, because people just look at me, assume that I am taking care of myself, I'm eating healthy, and I go to the gym. Guys, I can't remember the last time I stepped gymming. I think the last time I went to register and I paid for 4 months and still didn't go. The last time I paid for full 24 months. Yeah, the contract was for 24 months and I'd never stepped gymming. So people look at me and think I take care of myself, and I actually don't. But it's because people judge you by the way that you look, and which is not it.
Right. Thank you so much, Sabzi. Much appreciated. Black Mentalist.
Ngiyaphila kodwa Makhosazana. I don't want to take anything from everything you have said, and I just wanted to say, when it comes to this whole genes thing, ngizocela ukuthi sixoxe ngolunye usuku. Sizoba itofika ngolunye usuku where we can break it down, and and I agree with you, genes do count, and mhlazana sixoxa ngizomention ama percentage awakhona. And I agree with you no Sis Makhuphe about udaba le body shaming, because in most cases body shaming, I think from thina abantu besilisa, angazi mhlambe bangiphikisayo bazongiphikisa, but maybe from mina, body shaming, we see it on things that one has no control over. Umuntu azokuhleka ngento that you cannot change. It is a part of how you were born. This is you. Maybe ukuthi sishintshe kumele sokufaka i-surgery, plastic surgery or something. And it is very unfair ukuthi vele kaningi we get to hear it from ebantwini besimame. The other time Umukwa was making me aware of, he was telling a story of these ladies on Facebook. I think they were arguing about a certain picture, and one ended up using the other a vegetable to describe the other woman. And when guys read it there, I saw a couple of guys. I actually went to that to that to that status update. It's our Facebook. A couple of guys actually. Yes, guys are laughing, but there were a couple of guys who were like, "No, but that's not nice. You can't call someone that." And however, we as guys, when we that whole body shaming thing, angazi correct if I'm wrong. We have a light way of playing around with it, and we get to see the line which now we are offending you, and we don't normally get to play around with things that we cannot change or that we cannot assist you on. We don't laugh at you in most cases. Masinawe, we don't laugh to your face. We don't laugh to your face about things that we can help you with in changing. I mean, we laugh at you with things that we know with you can change and we can help you, and we get to talk about it, and after we've spoken about it, we get to laugh about it. So kaningi this body shaming ibuye ebantwini besimame, and nabantu besilisa baze bayadescribe abantu besimame ukuthi hey lo unje angenzi nje ngoba unje. So ibhlungu yona seeing the very same people who bring it up ukuthi iphula bona kakhulu, because body shaming ebantwini besilisa affected, but not as much.
I think I would go as far as saying I believe men also body shame, just that they're not vocal about it. They think it, not every time that they say it, but you will see it in some comments that it's because this comment is coming because you thought of something here. And perhaps men not saying it out loud is because Hore, you will be had. Like I said, it's very difficult as a guy to say to any woman, mother, sister, wifey, friend, to say kuti no I shem, this is about your body, because apart from the fact that we may not even have a right to even comment for that matter. But I think we don't do it because we are afraid of having to say something wrong or being had, because you've said this thing. But I don't think we are any less judgmental on or in terms of less body shaming than women. We are hearing it from women because they are saying it, and like Makupe was saying, they are mostly in competition. So much of it is bring someone down if you can't really bring them or win or whatever the case may be in terms of how they see it, so a noted pumpkin. So it's I don't think it's because their thought has not come, and it goes back to that thing of humans, we are superficial. Much of it could be conditioning in terms of social media, advertising, and how the more you see something on television, lingerie looks like this, or it looks better on this type of a body than this type of a body, that will be engraved in your head if you're keeping on seeing it over and over and over again. So, and to a point that also Makupe spoke about, I don't know where we draw the line between it being body shaming and I don't know the word for this one, but please help me. Like you said, Makupe Hore, there is previously the currency of a woman was her body and appearance, aesthetics. So therefore, it means men would look at a woman and judge her body to say, I will not have this one, I will have this one, or I'll marry this one, or I will date this one. So how is it that we say, Kore, we in ourselves as men to choose? So it's a matter of preference. Okay, all right. Then maybe we need to see where we draw this line. Okay, all right. So they say it's preference. So there's no issue with preference in terms of saying, I don't want this, I want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. When is it body shaming? Okay. Let me hear. No, you're still fine, Black Mentalist, unless you really have to go. There hasn't been any request. I'll let you know once there is a request. So who must I go to? Okay, Noms lifted her hand. Then we'll go to Tsebile. I don't know if Pumpkin is ready to speak. When she's ready, she will let us know. Noms, come through.
That was Sekgothudi. I know that eating healthy might sound cheap, but do we really have access to the eating health that is described by people? Because you'd find that I know that there's someone in the village who's eating organic food and they are healthy, but you live in a city, you want to access healthy food. You live in a city, you want to access healthy food, you want to access food that will guarantee your health. Sometimes it's not that cheap. And me, I think the struggle is real for women. I remember we spoke no subs at some point discussing what's this thing about the but in preventive methods of reproduction. And I said the struggle is real. If actually men can one day receive the same amount of dosage we receive to prevent, to take preventative measures not to have babies, you'd see their bodies, you'd be shocked. Mina, as I stand here, I'm born from a woman who's very slim, who looked so put together, but fortunately it was just genetics. And now, if you inject me with that thing they call depo, that is the high blood pressure that appears, you'll be shocked. Next thing I can't climb stairs. Next thing I can't walk on uphills within a month. Imagine within a month, because now I'm supposed to be in a relationship where I don't want to be making babies, but the preventative methods require me to either gain weight, have tiny heart attacks every now and then. It's a lot. It's a lot, I tell you, especially for women. Hence, mina ngithi, I selfishly decide upon myself that I will not be injecting anything in my body to prevent not having kids. And in the same line, I told myself and I decided with myself that I'm not having babies anymore. That is the stance I'm taking. But for me to inject anything, to take any pills, I will not do that to myself because I've tested. My body cannot take those depot things because, my Lord, yes, back home we've got a history of a heart disease. I know my situation around that. I take good care of myself. I do visit the cardiologist every now and then when problems arise, sometimes when I just want to be sure that things are sitting all right. But beyond that, I can't, because now I have I need someone to also compromise and understand my situation where my health is concerned, because I don't want to die. Next thing the people are saying, you were slimmer, but you looked like you had everything put together, health wise. Hence Makupe says, are we sure about that slim person Ugutu, right? Because imagine me now, in my slim nature, I have troubles of people who are bigger. And if you ask me, how did you, it's not from stress. Abafana bang stressile, but not to that extent. It's because my mother passed away, same disease, my grandmother, same disease, her brothers, but for me to guarantee health, I need to be very careful around what I eat, what I consume in my body in terms of about depot and stuff. But do I have someone saying, no, let the man take Leo Depo Leo so that he doesn't give you kids? No, I'm the one who's supposed to look for solutions, and I will not be looking for them. I will not, because anyway, I don't need kids now. I will not. Even those pills we take, let me tell you, people have these weird orders because of those pills. Women have these weird reactions to these pills, but we must manage with those things. And we are told, take care of yourself. Njani ngoba I'm trying to save you in this relationship. I'm trying to save you in terms of, I don't want to be selfish and say, I'm doing it so that I compromise, but is my compromise serving purpose? Because if my body is taking strain, and imagine if you are not like me, where you can sit on a table and have a conversation with your husband. If you are with a man who will say, I don't want to hear anything unless you want to keep getting pregnant. Mina, I go in there, nyama to nyama. If you imagine, if you are not in my situation where I'll say, Lalela, I'm not gonna compromise with my body, I will not take any depot. Now we're on your side, compromise. Let's just speak about us, both of us compromising, because I'm not going to do that to myself, and that's my stance. What if that? Because there are women who don't have that voice. I've sat with many women. He'll tell you that, Uche, if I tell him about using preventative measures in terms of condomizing, he said he'd rather go out where he's going to get skin to skin. There are women who don't have an option. Mina, luckily for me, I've lived my life. I've enjoyed marriage. I've enjoyed a relationship in Guyana. If it means for me to remain in this marriage, I have to gain I have to gain weight, or I have to get sick, because it makes me sick, lentos about depo and stuff. It means then the marriage was just ice. It was never real. It was ice. Now it will dissolve. I'm fine with that, but I'm not going to put myself through that, because the 2 9 months that I took to give birth to his kids, they took a toll on my body. If I'm eating about depo manje, my body is going to get tired, and at some point, at the age of 40 something, I'm going to one day pass away, and people would be like, such a healthy person. Ganti, no, I've been giving, my body has been consuming a lot, and it's tired, and genetically I have to be very careful of my heart. I have to be very careful of my heart where health is concerned. So hence ngithi kwena, like women are sacrificing a lot. I'm even tired when I think of it, especially le yento kaDepo, because 80% women don't have an option. The only woman who agreed with me was Usabs, of which Usabs is not married or is still single. But I did not see many married women coming forth and say, Nami, I took my stance. I said no, Depo, because the only thing I keep hearing is ngisebenzisa yona iDepo. Aku high blood pressure. You get angry now, we are pipizel. Like the struggle is real, but sometimes we don't have a choice. Because the world requires us to have solutions so that we serve other people. And umzimba, trust me, it takes a toll. But I pray people have options like me, because option yami is it's either myself or Siege, because I can't give too much.
Thank you so much, Snoms. And I will say that as a man, I don't think there will be I don't even think some even know, for that matter. That's how ignorant men are in this thing. That purely because of this medication that you have to take, or these preventative measures that you have to take, some not because you have to, but because the very same man is the one who wants other things, so now you are in that, as you're saying, you are left with that no option, but you have to take this thing. Even when they now body shame, or even when they expect a certain body and whatnot, they're ignoring. They don't even know, that it is because you are asking me to take this pill, because when you want to enjoy whatever. But now when I start gaining weight, all of a sudden I'm no longer attractive, to you to enjoy what you want to enjoy, so let me stop it there for now. Pumpkin, are you ready now? Okay, let me know when you're ready. You'll just comment on the comment. Klebzi, come through, mama.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Yeah, Piluncha.
Very well, thank you.
Oh my God, a lot has been said. Angisazi nokuthi ngiqalephi.
Ala anyway.
But first, mhlambe, I can just start with Mr. Black, mentalist. I was disagreeing with the genetic part and how the family, they look the same because they eat the same. For example, myself, when I was born, my dad was already an orphan, so I do not know my grandmother. But most people at home will tell us that we look like our grandmother. And mind you, my father had 4 wives and all these houses. We cook different things. But if you can put me and my sisters on the same line, you'll literally see very good looking big girls. Yeah, but so that was the part I was disagreeing on. So Mina, I've never been slender, I've never been thin. I've always been big boned. And I think when it comes to body shaming, most people, they focus on the big boned people or the fat people, because we even have a season. We we even have a season. We have a name, and most times, umuntu will see you and just be like, "Hey, it's Dudla," and you'll never.
Okay, I hope everyone can hear Lebile, because I can't, but I think it's my phone. So please just let me know if you guys can hear her.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Now I can hear you, yes.
Okay. Sorry, I got a call. But I'm back. So I'm here because you always okay, not that it's my name. You always call me what's good thinking. Yeah, what's good thinking. So that's my name. I wanted to let you know what it came about. So
Okay.
people who know me me, I'm very big boned, and me, I'm very confident, and me, I like short things. I like crop tops and stuff. So whenever my friends will see me wearing a crop top and rocking it, being on 100, they'll be like, "Oh, you know what? I went to buy a crop top because I saw Tebile wearing it, and she didn't even care about Tubutu Nomkaba or whatever. She was just there, confidence on 100." And then, I was like, "Oh, okay." So every time when they see me, they used to be like, "Oh, that's good." And I was like, "Okay, thank you." It became a thing, and then it became my name because I was building confidence, Kubona, and it was also building my own, boosting it, my own, even though I had it, but I still needed like another 10%. So yeah, so body shaming, shame, it goes both ways. And I heard UKG asking, when does it become body shaming? And I think Black Mentalist answered when he said when people start labeling you with something that you can't control. I don't know if it was him. For example, this influencer who was trending recently because someone took a video of her, and then all of a sudden it's became about how her body structure is like. And also the internet, right now we are seeing a lot of people doing a BBL because the internet or the society is saying ukuba neshwapa or not having a small waist and big bums is not attractive, and then people are just trying to meet those beauty standards that are set out on the internet. So, yeah, so it happens a lot amongst women because we care mostly about beauty. Because, like Makhupa said, it's like it's our wealth, So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you so much. Seki. Much appreciated. And for those who do not mind, who would like to step down so that I can add other people, I keep on trying to add Born to Move. And yeah, okay, too many of you dropped, but it's okay. Let's go to Cupcake. Cupcake,
Hi everyone.
how are you, ma?
I'm good, thank you. I just have a very short comment when it comes to body shaming. I think for me, anything that has to do with commenting about someone's weight, if it's not a compliment, keep quiet. There's no need for you to say it. It's okay to have a preference. It's okay to have an opinion in your head, maybe, but don't say it out loud. Just keep it to yourself, really, because I can't it. That's my only point.
Okay, much appreciated. So be like what most men are doing, keep it to yourself. But I think also more than anything, we need to also solve the issue of, first of all, body shaming someone, whether it's in your head or you're saying it out loud. Because like we said earlier on, we need to, someone who will body shame you or think of something in your head and not say it, they will surely show it by action. Either, like we said, you will now not get the opportunity that is due to you purely because you look a certain way. Or like I said, the most common one, just because you are chubby. And I've heard these things being said on a corporate level, that you are then seen to be that you are lazy or you don't care about certain things, because if you cared about things, you would care about how you look. All of these assumptions being made, I think it's because people have thought it, they're not saying it, but the actions will result in us saying, yeah, vele vele, you actually body shamed someone, So I think we also need to get to that level where we deal with, it's not okay to look at someone thin, chubby, whatever the description you're going to give, and because of what you're seeing, therefore you draw a conclusion without even asking the person or even knowing any better. Yeah, but thank you so much, Cupcake. I think I'm seeing you for the first time on the panel, so the same as Queen and Born to Move. For all of y'all. Queen, come through. Oh, sorry, Queen. Sorry, my apologies. Pumpkin did say she was supposed to speak, and then yeah, Pumpkin, please come through.
Hello, how are you?
How are you, Mama?
I'm good, thanks.
Come through.
So I'm gonna tell you a young story, Nyan. But one thing I've noticed about body shaming is that it promotes bullying and discrimination. So sad. It also messes up with your mental health, with a lot of people's mental health actually, because there's a video that I came across on TikTok on Sunday of a guy that is saying we must sijahi amaphupho ethu. He's so skinny. The comments in that video, guys, we are not good people, hey? We are horrible people. How can you say rest in peace to someone? You know, how can you say bazokubona phambili nana because of the way he looked, that guy, because he was not wearing a t-shirt. And when you said on Tuesday that you want to speak about body shaming, that's the first video I just popped up in my head, and I was like, oh my God, this is so sad, you know. So all these unrealistic body standards just get to me sometimes. So I used to be, I'm still a thick girl, but I used to be bigger. Ne? And the reason why I started wanting to take care of myself was because I hated being sheltered by Abu Baba Abadala. Like, KD, I hated it. The comments that they used to make, me, bang bang, people like Nigerians used to literally pick me up and call me my size. I hated that. I hated that so many years. And I started, looking at myself otherwise, and I actually body shamed myself at some point in my life. And I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way, dresses used to fit me, because I love dressing up, like especially dresses. My dresses. When I saw my full power, I was like, damn it, I need to do something about this. But then I met a guy that likes thick girls. That guy used to make me feel like I was the sexiest person alive, like there was no one else in between, And he used to tell me on a daily basis, Umuhle, and he used to flip my fupa, pick me up, do whatever. He just made me feel good about myself, but I didn't feel good about myself. It becomes body shaming when I have to be, approached by a guy that I'm not, attracted to, and I say, I don't like you because you're skinny. That is body shaming, And so, okay, back to my weight loss story. So I started losing weight, and then I didn't recognize myself because now I'm thin, I got sheltered by abantwana abancane because also I'm short. That's another thing with me. Abantwana abancane bayeza, abobaba bayeza bonke. So I was so confused. I was like, what do people want? And it was never about them. It was about me. I had to change the way I look at myself. And that's why you can never come to me and say, ibele lingaga, or and then I'll take offense. No, I wouldn't. Because I worked on myself. So I had to accept myself as a leaner person, because I couldn't accept myself as a bigger person because of the comments I used to get from abobaba. I hate ukshela ubaba omdala umuntu akutshela ukuthi uyintanga yakhe, and when you are young, and they can tell, it's just that they're doing it on purpose, So when you look at another person and say, I wouldn't date this person because they are big, keep that to yourself. There's nothing good that is going to come out of your mouth to just, okay, not even mouth. There's nothing good that is going to happen when you go to that person and say, I'm not going to date you because you are big. I'm not going to date you because you're skinny. I'm not going to date you because inhloko yakho inkulu or amabele akho makhulu. Stuff like that. That is body shaming. It is not okay. That's why people find themselves, bulimic. They vomit food out because they want to look like Usabs. Usabs thin. Usabs eats well. Like Sabs says, she doesn't go to the gym. I have an uncle who's big, guys, big. I can have high blood. akana next, akana gula, uthanda ipelepele, uthanda ama-chips, uthanda i-Russian, akana next. And he's always been that guy. And I have a younger sister also who's thin, who eats everything, but she never gained weight. There really isn't no formula. You cannot come and tell me that I need to eat a certain way to keep a certain and maintain a certain weight because when I must be beautiful in your eyes. No, that is body shaming. That is just wrong. And if I'm not something that you prefer, don't say it to me. Don't say it to me. Don't tell me that you don't like thick girls because I'm a thick girl, But I was bigger. And I said to myself, I want to look at myself in a certain way. And I started doing work on myself. And I never even used that as a thing you're putting it in me. Now, when I'm thin, I want Kagiso to, KG to say umuhle or hot. When I don't get that validation from KG, that means, I need to do something else. Yeah, well, what are the subs? Okay, sorry.
You're body shaming, sir.
Subs, you're body shaming me. You're discriminating against my height still, So, so like when you said preference earlier on, it's like when people trust you at face value because they see you're thick, that means you're healthy, you're fine. When you have a leaner body, that means when you are sick. Uyagula ngoba uwondile njengalo mntana lo ngikhuluma ngaye where they say rest in peace to him uwondile and he needs to take ama-appetito. That is so unnecessary, really. We are not good people. Like, that's why, KG, I don't have any social media accounts besides this one because social media is just a pandemic on its own and people do not realize that. And people come in, people who don't feel good about themselves, people who are unhappy with themselves, people who are unhappy with their parents, come here and try and discriminate against other people. And Tina, we must take it. And they say, but yeah, who said she must wear that? Who said she must wear that? She's wearing that, then what? If it's not affecting you or not adding anything to you, then why are you commenting on it? Like this guy that just commented now and said, I think it's one who said, what did he say about epidemic? Yes, he said
so
that.
What
Yes, how is it affecting him? Why is it how is it affecting you? Is it like decreasing the price of bread? No, it doesn't. Just keep quiet, keep comments to yourself. And ukule engqondweni, really, guys, honestly. That this topic is just like mind your own business. Thank you, Sabs. Like Tula, like shut up. If you have nothing good to say, just keep quiet.
But question, guys. Sorry, continue, Sabs. I'll ask the question.
Oh no. Yes. I'm fine now.
Okay, so with the issue of the term or obesity pandemic, I don't know how much of it is. I haven't checked the stats like higher, but we see a lot of it in America, right? And much of it has to do with the food they eat, and the culture of fast food and what's in that fast food, and we've seen it. Now and I'm asking this question particularly to you guys here because we are here also. We always talk about society and the community and how we can do good. If obesity is an issue, must we not speak about it? Because I will get offended as OKG when I know very well that I'm obese. Must we now not talk about it because it touches people's feelings? Or we have gotten to this point of the so-called pandemic because we then don't speak about how do we ensure that we eat right? How do we ensure that, certain, guys, I don't know to what extent, Mare, the whole, this thing, trend of mukbang or mukbang, in as much as it is a trend, I don't know how much of it is healthy and how much we can say would not contribute to people being obese, because as we have said here also, genetics play a role, But if then your genetics and whatever makeup that you are means that you will react to carbs or whatever thing that you eat as now storing the fat in your body, it is what it is. So how do we then have the conversation where now we are saying, Kuti, no, you must shut up? And I understand, Kore, there's a when you say it, how you say it, to whom you say it. But are we gonna now shy away from talking about obesity as an issue and perhaps talking about solutions purely because it touches people in their fields? How do we navigate that? Answer me, Pumpkin.
Definitely not. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely not. We have to talk about these things, KG. It's about everything else, even crime. We talk about it, right? So it's just that be sensitive when you are directing it to a particular person.
Okay.
Yes, like if I'm gonna say angimfuni ubani bani ngoba uskini nani nani amathambo wakhe ayenzini, then that's the problem. But if you say I'm not attracted to skinny guys, then that's okay. You're not directing it to a specific person, to a specific individual, because you don't know what those people are fighting against, what they're going through. There's a lot of people that have like underlying issues, like illnesses that make them like gain weight. And there's a lot of people who actually lack the proper like nutrients in the body where they're skinny. Now when I was we're not saying that person is not saying don't address the issue or whatever, but why are you attacking me personally? I think that's the problem. We can talk about those things, but attacking people personally is just a no-no.
Okay. All right. Answered. Can I please? Yes. Oh, I like that you know it's your turn. Come through, Born to Move.
Sanbonan.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I don't know. I'm good, man. I don't know. Do you want me to start with obesity or body shaming? Because, yeah.
Whichever one you're led to go with.
Okay,
But speak on both. Let's go. But please do try and keep it short.
Yeah,
I know you've been
asking
waiting, but yeah, come through. Yes.
No, the reason I'm asking because I've got a few pointers that I've picked up from what you guys have been talking about, coming from a health and fitness industry.
Okay.
Sometimes, okay, so before I carry on, the challenge is one. Sometimes when we speak the truth and try to educate, some people don't like it.
Okay.
That is our biggest challenge. For example, please don't come for me. We physiologically we're different, both men and women. And our skeletal bones, we don't have a person called a big bone or a small bone.
Okay.
The only difference, it might be in the length, but amatambo A2, they're sort of identical.
Okay.
Ne? So from an educational point, let us not use the word I am big boned. I know some people might not like it, but we are not big boned. And okay, let me go back to obesity. The challenge is that with obesity, when we try to speak about it openly, I think it was Pumpkin who said, let us speak openly about it. Let us not attack a specific person. Let us not attack a specific gender. That way we can win the battle. But if we want to say, if someone's going to try and address obesity, and then someone else says, no, but if nonile, it's a sign of wealth. It's not. Okay, without judging, when a person is overweight, a person is overweight. But like Pumpkin said, sometimes a person is overweight because number one, they're not eating healthy, they're not looking after themselves, and maybe they have medical conditions that they are not aware of, especially some people have a thyroid issue that they're not aware of until you go to a doctor or to a practitioner that will actually do blood tests and check, okay, what is it that you're doing? Because you're trying to, you're exercising. Some person, you find that the person is exercising, he's eating healthy, but yet they are not the body's not changing. And also from an educational point, I want to teach people, focus on losing body fat. If you start moving into a journey of want to change your body, focus on body fat, not weight. The reason I say that is that when you exercise, especially using weights at the gym or training with weights anyway, it could be home, could be gym, you start picking up muscles. And when you pick up muscles, your weight will go up, but your body fat and your body centimeters will start dropping. So what I've seen is that most people hammer themselves, scratch their heads, scream at themselves because they focus on body weight instead of body fat. Okay, I'm gonna pass that one. Body shaming. Body shaming is not great because sometimes you can find a person who is skinny, yet they're not healthy. We call them, there's a word that we use, but obviously we don't say to a person, oh, you are skinny fat. When we speak amongst ourselves, there's a person who's skinny, they can be, we call them skinny fat. Sorry, there's a word that I'm using, skinny fat. Because you can find that you are skinny, but yet your body fat percentage is very high because you eat everything and sorry, because your metabolism is very high. So you hardly gain weight, but that doesn't make you healthy. It makes you unhealthy. And then there's a person who is overweight. You find that their body fat percentage is also high. But the difference that because of I am skinny, the society perceive me differently, but yet I'm not healthy. You know? So if you feel that when as a person you are attracted to certain kind of look, do not talk down on the other looks of other people. It is very wrong. And especially, if you're not healthy, for example, if you're in a relationship and you notice what umuntu wakho is gaining weight, they're becoming unhealthy. If you're not going to help them in any form of, your form is not positive, don't shame them. Because at the end of the day, I think it's all about what you say to a person and how you say it. It's all that matters.
Right.
And in most cases, people think just because a person is very tiny, the person is healthy. No. And also, sometimes people they move to a corner of thickness and confuse it with obesity.
Okay.
So this is from an educational point. If I'm obese, I'm obese. I can't say I am thick, meanwhile I'm obese.
Okay.
We need to find we need to know what do we define as thick. You can find a person who has, using the word again, thick thighs, slim waist, nicely toned. So I think that's where we come with the word thick. But sometimes you find a person who is obese or overweight saying I'm thick. So those are some of the words that we throw around, and they're actually not good for us if from a healthy point and from an educational point. And lastly, genetics. I'm not going to talk too much about genetics because I'm not a doctor. I know on the surface that genetically we are all born differently.
Okay.
And we all react differently to certain things. But at the end of the day, whether genetically carbs are not good for you, it's actually not even about that the carbs are not good for you. At the end of the day, is how much, the quantity of what we eat, and and also what kind of foods are we eating. Quick one, I saw a clip this lady saying, you don't need to eat carbs. Your body can use protein and fats for carbs. Take any professional athlete and tell them, oh sorry, Tebogo Letsile or Akane Simbini, I'm not gonna feed you carbs. They'll give you a finger. Because at the end of the day, for us to perform, me included personally, I need carbs to be able to push weights. I need carbs, I need to be able to run. But the question is, how much and what kind of carbs? So if you eat complex carbs in moderation, good for you. But if you're gonna eat junk food, it's not gonna work. So let me hold it there and give other people a chance.
Thank you so much, Bontimu, for that education. And I think it is Makupe, Pumpkin, and Savelo. Larry, sitting planet as well?
No, I was surprised for also uthuthi.
No.
Billions sa gae seo.
No, but you see, you
Re tshaba le go
KG,
tsamaya ko metseng ya rona a but KG ha gona le bosabelo. Yo.
you
Ai.
see, when these people don't like peace. What's about thing? Basadi ga ba rate peace. Ga ke didimetse ba kgwatla, ga ke bua, they complain. What do they want?
Ai. Asas re dula re tshwere dipelo ka matsogo ga gona le bosabelo.
Come to Makupe.
So yeah, now that since I don't know why body shaming and obesity get put together in one bunch, you know, because I'm sorry, I'm very sorry about what I'm about to say, but I'm very sorry, I promise you. Go na le batho ba leng like bababi, like their face is ugly. Ne? That is body shaming. When you come to, when you go to someone, you're like, yo, nko ya gago e mpe yo." You know, dintho tse byalo. But now that we are here by obesity, it's fine. I hear people, and this is what I said in my point earlier. You don't care about a big person's health. You don't care about their health, because if it was about everybody's health, broad scheme of things, you would also inquire about Sabelo's health, who has a skinny waist and, you know, uvelapshwasi, tiny, bite size. You would ask us all about our health. You would ask us all, do you smoke? Do you eat healthy? Do you? So my physical appearance makes you uncomfortable, right? So it's not about that. Let's not fool ourselves. That's one. Two, when we say the awareness thing, there is awareness, guys. There's so much awareness. Everybody knows about these things. There are TV shows about it. There are people who have social media accounts about it. All of these things. Now, the problem comes when a perfect stranger wants to assign themselves the responsibility to come to me and talk to me about my health based on the way that I look. If it's somebody that I know cares about me, so if Sabelo comes to me and she asks me, "Koketo, why is your tummy bigger than usual?" Because I've always been a big person, but now my tummy is getting bigger, and it's because I've got endometriosis, my fibroids are acting up, all these things. So I can have that conversation with her because she knows me. Like, I can have a heart-to-heart with her, you know. But then if you are a stranger, what qualifies you to come and ask me about my physical health or comment about my physical well-being? You don't know me. How does it affect your life? Awareness is a general thing. It's not going to one person that you don't know and asking them about it. And if you are honest, and if you know, you are the creator of awareness, you would know obesity is also a symptom. As much as it's a disease, it's a symptom of many underlying issues. You can be diabetic, high blood pressure, you can have endometriosis, you can have all these thyroid problems. So now, and that's when it's and tell them intimate details about my medical history. That's what we must do now, because I'm big.
So because I'm big, there must be that intrusion on my life. And growing up, I can talk for myself. I can't talk for other people. I was a very active child. I was in the netball team. I was in the athletics team. But I've always been big. If you see pictures of me, Abu KG, I've always been big. And it kills a person, a child. Dieting, you won't eat, you'll do all these things. There's bulimia, there's anorexia because of these things. So don't lie and say body shame people under the guise of saying you care for their health, because you don't. You do not. The way they look makes you uncomfortable. That's all it is. That's what body shaming is.
Thank you, Makupe. And I think to the point you've made and what Pebile wrote, I think everyone here, all 20-something of us here, perhaps need to acknowledge, not perhaps, we need to acknowledge and ask ourselves why, when we're speaking about body shaming, we speak about obesity. Tabila was like, because when we say body shaming, people think about fat people first. Why is that the case? Is that element of body shaming? Is that conditioning that we have had? And maybe that's where we need to fix things. Yeah. For the sake of time, Pumpkin, allow me to go to Queen. I think Queen has not spoken. She's been or the person has been up and down. So let me give them an opportunity, and then we will. I don't know if we can do closing remarks, but we'll try. Queen, come through, Mama.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, and yourself?
I'm good. I hope everyone in this panel is also good. So basically this body shaming topic, people think of fat people first because a lot of people who are fat, I'm also fat. I don't want, because a lot of people who are fat made it aware that you cannot make such remarks about a fat person, right? We're like, okay, if you make it and be like, why are you gaining weight? Why is your tummy like this and not like that? Or why are your thighs like that? We made it like that. People who are fat made it aware that you cannot say such things to people. So now when people say body shaming, they think of fat people because of that. And also, it's not also aware that when they talk about skinny people, it's also fat shaming. Like when they say, why are you so skinny? Why is your stomach like that? Why are your thighs so skinny? Like the wind can really blow you away at this point. Like why, really? You know, it's really tough in a society that we live in, because we are not taught, or you cannot say such things to other people, because it's considered fat shaming or body shaming to another person. It's not only about that. It's also about the fact that it's bullying. It's bullying too. You know, you'd be hurting another person's feelings without thinking. When you're making a joke, can't that joke really hurt that person? And it's not acknowledged, or jokes can hurt another person, especially when it comes to a woman's body views. You know, because a lot people like Kylie Jenner, that is the body standards of today. People like, well, Kim Kardashian, you're supposed to look like them. You're supposed to be small. You're supposed to be thick, not fat. You're supposed to be thick and not slim. Be like, me? Why are you like this? Why are you not thick? Why was that, ass? Why matwaha aliso? Why are they too thin? They're too thin for me. Or men mostly. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of women put themselves through so much just to appease a man. I'm going to go to the gym so I can look attractive towards men. I'm going to do this because I want attention. I want to do that. Or some of them do it for themselves. You know, attention, it comes through in a lot of ways. I don't know if I'm making sense or not. Yeah.
I hear you very well. Thank you so much, Queen. Much appreciated. And for being onto the panel. I think I'm seeing you for the first time on the panel. Thank you so much. Wonderful people. I don't know. I want to, I don't know. The day I wake up in violence in J. I don't know. No, let me think this one through first. It's okay. Cousin, I need to close, nah? In the next, I can't even push it. In the next 3 minutes, I need to close. So thank you so much for everyone who has made the comments, and those who are left in the panel, I'll give you an opportunity to say your last words. Everyone else, thank you for coming through. We are on Makaya Rundown on YouTube, here on TikTok. On YouTube, we have a library of all these lives where we can talk, where we talk about all of these things. Go check it out. And come through Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. We are here. We're having these wonderful conversations. Sometimes we do part 2 when the conversation is hot and we feel we haven't delved much into it. And we also do appreciate you tapping the screen. Let's get to 30K before we close, and let's do right. Thank you, Muzi. I think I'm seeing you for the first time on these comments. And subs all the way down. Let's do 30 seconds each as each. So.
In closing, I want to tell you guys that my sister Makrupe has a very big sitting plan. It's very cute. It's very cute, very, very cute. But also, I wanted to comment on what Owen was asking. Khuri, are we now going to ignore, obesity and all that? And I'm going to say that no. People who are obese know exactly, guys, what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. Guys, right now, information is everywhere. Social media, TV, it's right at the tip of our fingers, People know exactly what they should do and what they shouldn't do. Marage, when it comes to these societal standards of, like you said, KG, when you are big boned, they assume that you're not eating healthy. And when you have a tiny waist, they assume that you're healthy. Stuff like that, we can't control that. I think it's stuff that we would love to change. And in a perfect world, it shouldn't be like that. But in reality, unfortunately, it is like that. We can't go around fixing everyone. We can do what we can. Yeah, like literally everyone can just do their part. But it's one of those things that we can't control, But even with that being said, guys, please take care of yourselves. Eat very healthy. Don't eat like me. I'm already on feta cheese and cheese grater. Susnoms has been having.
You're mute, Sabella. I assume
Sorry, I
you
got a
see.
call. I got a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I got a call. Susnoms is already eating inkukhu yakamkhulu, guys. Drink a lot of water and try and eat less for the day or whatever. Take care of yourself. More than anything, I always say take care of your mental health, because when that department is messed up, everything crumbles down.
All right, thank you. Want to move?
Yeah, my OT, no, thanks for your time. I'm just going to be short. Don't allow any person to body shame you. The very same person, they have imperfection. No one is perfect. No one was born perfect. So body shaming in any form, negative comments from the next person, don't allow them to let you down, to bring you down.
Thank you so much. Born to move, much appreciated. Pumpkin?
I'm laughing because I googled big boned and then I saw a thick skeleton. Oh my god.
Only you.
Oh god. Oh, so Mina, I
Yeah.
want to just say let's promote body positivity, so that everyone feels good about themselves, flaws or not. Guys, we are all somebody's someone, and we are all good people. We can be better people, actually. Social media, guys, after that video I was just not okay, but it's fine. Yeah, so let's just promote body positivity. It's very, very important for us to sometimes know and understand that sometimes our opinions, it's okay to keep them to yourselves. It's just okay. Just, yeah, don't let them out there.
Thank you so much, Pumpkin. Makupe.
Yo, batlong khomanya.
Ke tla o bitsa ke tla batle ke bitsa ka di-system plan byanong.
Batho
So le-
aibo. I'm body shamer. But anyway, guys, it's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to have a preference. Actually, we all have those. The problem comes when you have to impose your beliefs, your preferences, your desires on other people. I promise you, that person that you want, who's the perfect Kim Kardashian, exists. Go to them, share them, be in their lives. Leave us alone. Okay, we know what's going, like Sabelo saying, personally I know what's going on with my health. I know what's happening, and I shouldn't be made to feel bad because of the way that I look. And then I think I lost a husband today. One of my husbands is being lost today, but sizayikhuluma njengomndeni, but it's fine, guys.
The drama in this house. Thank you so much, Makupe. Much appreciated. And everyone else, thank you so much. Come through. I'm really sorry. I see Miss B on the request line. I'm so sorry, but I have to close. Had I not had this appointment, I would at least giving you guys a bit of time more. But please do come through tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Hey. Tomorrow is Friday, subs. I don't know if you'll be able to host or there will be Leroy. I don't see him now. He was here earlier on. And we will try and see. This week has just been rough with everyone's schedules. Also, people not feeling well. Some of us are not doing great physically, in our lives, emotionally. So we try to make do with what we've got. But we do appreciate also the people who, the days when we are not here, there's people like Senzo, there's people like Mpanyana who host on their page. Just to keep y'all at least so that your 2 hour slot from 10 is not empty. So thank you so much. Do check our YouTube channel. We have these conversations there. Send us recommendations, send us topics that you would like us to talk about, or if you have a challenge, a question, something that you need a community to advise you on, please do send it through. Whether you want to come as anonymous or you just want we have a segment actually called Talk to Me in Dwana. That's where we usually allow you to come through and say, hey guys, I need assistance in 1 2 3 4 5. Let's get on with it. We will give you the advice that we can, because we are always trying to build and never to destroy. That's why we're having conversations like these where we say, if we are destroying, let's learn something new. Let's learn how we can build. Let's learn how we can even have some of these difficult conversations. And yeah, subs, am I forgetting anything before I close?
No, you're not. You covered everything.
Thank you so much. I will see you guys when I see you guys, and cheers. Okay. Miss B, you don't know body shaming until you are body shamed by your own family. Yeesh. Yeah. I totally agree. So yeah, thank you so much. B, come through tomorrow so we can talk some more, right? So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. If I don't see you tomorrow, enjoy your weekend and all the best. Keep it Makoya. Ciao, ciao.